Hey folks, Dave here, back in the friendly confines of Studio B, setting up to finish up this game of Bankshot Basketball that I started the other night with the Buffalo Braves and the Portland Trail Blazers. As we're going to do the second half, I had to take off the shirt. The Brave shirt just was not giving them any mojo. So sometimes it's the curse of the hat, sometimes it's the curse of the shirt, and in this time it was the curse of the shirt is what it was. Just trying to get my stream here up and going. Let's save this. Again, I got to do this manually for some reason. It just never saves my settings. So, all right. So I think we're good here. So this is going to be part 2, if you will, of the Braves and the Trailblazers. So let me get down to courtside. Hopefully this works here tonight. It was just working, and now it's not working. I don't get it. I don't get it. There it is. Alrighty. This screen sharing thing is just kind of weird. It works well sometimes, and other times I couldn't get it working tonight. So anyway, we're back now. So all right. So as you can see here, it's going to be. I need to see who's going to get the ball here. I'm going to go through all the play-by-play. So it's going to be. Okay. So it's going to be. Ball over here. So it's going to be Portland ball. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Buffalo ball. Then Portland will have it in the fourth quarter, I think it was. And Vinny comes by. Yeah, Vin, I just finished cornering my 95-96 set. Yeah, that's kind of how ridiculous it's got with me. I just, I know, I just got going. I got the fever, and I was just like, all right, let me get it done. And so I did. So all over here. In fact, I forgot a couple of teams, so I had to go back and do them. But yeah, so all my 95, 96s are now done, if you will. So all my seasons are now done, as far as I can tell. Yep, my seasons are done. So I have 4 seasons of Bankshot Basketball. They've all, as far as I can tell, have been fixed, or not fixed, cornered, and then just when the 2 new ones come in, I'll have to deal with them. What can you do? It was kind of fun. I was going through the CBA or the CAB, the Continental League, and I think I'm going to do a little project with that. I think I'm going to do like maybe a shorter game with the that league there, and just kind of get them on the table, you know. So we'll have the team from Anchorage, a team from Maine, things like that. And just kind of get them in and show off some of those guys here on the table. And just a short little tournament or something like that. Maybe a showcase, if you will. And Vin's working on the football cards now. Yeah, those were nice and easy. The football cards were easy for, at least for season ticket baseball. All right, so let's get going here. Oh, we have a thing right off the bat here. So it's going to be G2. So Petri is going to start us off here. And it was kind of neat. Excuse me. If I click on the name, you can see them get highlighted on the screen. Oh, the fast break action cards. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, I did these first. I did the black ones first because I use that a lot. And I says, I wonder if I'm going to do the blue ones because I don't use the blue ones that much. And I finally said, you know something, I'm gonna do them all. I'm just gonna do them all. And I did those the other day. So, all right, so Petri against the defender here, Ken Charles. We start off here in the third quarter with Portland with the ball, and they're leading 56-50. And I like how if I click on the guy here, see how I click on the guy? So now you know who has the ball, too, if you will. All righty, so let's roll our dice. Roll the ball off the offensive card here, 56. And that's going to be a turnover. So Petri with a turnover. And the possession is going to go over here now. Oh, I got to check the question mark, and it says injury, so I don't play injury, so we're going to just ignore the injury, if you will. All righty, so now the ball's going to go over here. Buffalo ball here. Chance to cut this lead to 4. And it's going to be Charles going up against Steve Hawes. Hee-haw. So, again, I try to put as many of the starters back in as I could. I don't really have anybody in foul trouble. A couple guys with 2. But for the most part, it's been all right. So, all right, so it's going to be Ken Charles coming in. And 85 is fouled while shooting by Hawes. Does the shot go in on the 37? It dances around, but it doesn't go in. So Charles is fouled by Hawes. So, all right, so Hawes is going to get the foul. And Charles is going to shoot 2, right, because it's a foul while shooting. So we're going to put up the first one. A 67 is good. And the second one at 35 is good. So it's going to be Charles in charge, putting in a pair of free throws. And that will indeed cut the lead to 4 points. The one thing that it was kind of I'm missing here when I'm doing it this way is I'm not really looking at the score. I'm trying to play the game so fast to get through it that I'm not really following the scoreboard over here, and it's something that I should do to try to enjoy the game. So I'm going to try to do that. All right, do I have a B3 down here? I do not have a B3, so it's going to be F2. So Gross going in against McMillan. All right, so it's going to be Bob Gross with the ball going up against McMillan on the defender card of 54, and that's going to be a turnover and a steal. A turnover and a steal. So McMillan, also a turnover by Gross, and McMillan with a steal. And the ball's going to be over here now with Buffalo. And F2. D or E passes to B1. So F2 has it, but he is a D. So he's going to pass to B1 or B2. So we don't have a B1. So I did get some more clarification on some of the cards today, so I was pretty happy about that. So Bob McAdoo, McAdoo with the ball going up against Steve Hawes. And let's roll off the defensive card here, and that's a foul, so Hawes will pick up the foul. So that's 2 quick fouls here, and it remains Buffalo basketball. And we'll tick off a little bit of time off the clock here. F2 this time, so McMillan going up against the defender and a question mark. And no, we're just going to continue on here. Wait a sec. Again, I got to read this here because I always thought that was F if the F4 is D or E, but I think that's going to say that he gets the ball. So a D or E, passes to B1 or B2, so he's going to pass to McAdoo again. So McMillan's with the D. Actually, I got 3 Ds out here, so when I get that, it goes to McAdoo. So I think that's what it is. All right, McAdoo going in against Hawes again. A 60 is up and no good, so McAdoo will miss the shot. And the rebound is a loose ball foul. And on the defense, G2. So Petrie's going to pick up a foul here. And that's 3 quick fouls here in the first minute of play. Yikes. And so Petrie's got 3 fouls now. So he might have to come out here at some point. Let's check this right here. All E ball handles pass to high for the remainder of the segment. So I don't have any E ball players here. I got D. So I can just kind of ignore that as well. And David C. comes by. Thanks for coming by. David is playing a little bit more Bankshot here tonight. I'm hoping you guys don't get sick of it here, but I am enjoying Bankshot basketball very much. All right, so that was just a foul, I think, right? Yeah, Petrie commits a foul. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. I rolled a 60 here. No, hang on. Back up. Bob McAdoo missed. Oh, was it? It was on the loose ball foul. Okay. All right, let's continue on. It's going to be Buffalo ball still. So F2, D or E passes to B2. So it's going to be McAdoo and Hawes again. And this time I'm going to roll a 58 and missed it. So McAdoo misses again. McAdoo misses the shot. And the rebound high at F2. And the offense gets a 5 added. So high at F2. So 19 and 20. And Bob Gross will come down with that rebound. So Gross will come down with the defensive rebound. And the ball is going to go over here now to Portland. And so Gross is going to bring it up. And he's going up against McMillan. And off the defensive card of a 6. And that is good. So Gross puts that in and assisted by the high. So Gross from Larry Steele. So Gross puts it up for 2. And Steele, you will taste my steel. will put it in. And it's 58-52, and it's going to be Buffalo ball. And David, a wild card member for 12 months. Holy cow, just saw that, David. That's awesome. Thank you so much for being part of this and helping me keep this going. And that's stuff I'm going to be talking about when I go to Colorado, actually. I'm going to be talking a lot about that stuff. And so Steele gets an assist, and here we go. So it's going to be F2 or B1. I don't have a B1, so it's going to be F2. So it's going to be McMillan and Gross this time. And a 10 is good. Gross will put that in. McMillan puts that in, assisted by the center. No, he's not greater than 12. So McMillan just puts in his own bucket. Not a jacket, but a bucket. And it's going to be a 4-point game. So they were getting smoked earlier, but they've come back. Actually, they have come back. So we have a high. The high is going to be Petrie. He has the fouls here. I got to be careful here. Against McAdoo. All righty, off the McAdoo card of 82. Petrie puts it up, no good. So Jeff Petrie misses this one here. On the rebound, it is high on the home team. So offensive rebound will be Hawes. He's the beast, so Hawes will come down with the rebound. Offensive rebound. And it's going to be B1 or F2. I don't have a B1, so it's going to be Gross. Going up against McMillan. Gross has the ball. Gross will put this up. A 20 is a turnover with an offensive foul on an 8. So he's just going to turn this over. So Gross will turn this over, and it's going to be Buffalo ball here. First minute gone by. And coming the other way now is Randy Smith going in against Petrie. Petrie better not take any fouls here. And a 4 is good. Randy Smith drops that in, assisted by Shoemate. And, oh boy, look at this. Now we're back in action here. It is now a 2-point game. Remember that was it was a blowout earlier back in the first. So Buffalo, who won this game in real life, has come back. All righty, so it's going to be Portland ball here. High 2, so there's high 1, and there's high 2. So Lloyd Neal has it here, going up against Shoemate. And off the offensive card of 99, and Neal puts this up, no good. So Lloyd Neal misses. A lot of misses in this game. And the rebound goes to offense G1 to put it up and in, and no, he misses. So Larry Steele, you will taste my steel, picks up the offensive rebound, and he misses. And now his rebound's out of bounds, and then it'll go back to Portland. So, interesting sequence of events. So Portland will get the ball back. F1 with it now, so it's going to be Lloyd Neal going in against Shoemate. Neal's going to roll on his card, and no good. Can't get it to go. So Neal misses again. Neal has 10 points. He's second highest, but he's not hitting any buckets right now. And the rebound goes to defensive high at C or F1. So it's going to be Shoemate going to get it, and he's going to start the fast break. All righty, and we've reached the 10-minute mark here. So the fast break now is over to Charles, who misses the shot. So Buffalo on the fast break sends it over to Charles, and Kenny will miss this one here. Boy, a lot of misses. It is pretty bad. And it's going to be high at F2. So we have 19 and 20. So Bob Gross will wrestle that away from McMillan, and Gross will come down with the offensive rebound, and it's going to be Portland ball as Joe comes by. Hi, Joe. Hope you're enjoying this here. I got this little setup here that I'm kind of enjoying. I don't know if the screenshot's coming through clear or not on the OBS, but it's the best I can do here to get a scoreboard up in somewhat functioning. It keeps going in and out on me. I don't know why. All right, so Hawes takes the pass, and he goes up against McAdoo. Off the offensive card. No good. Hawes will miss it. Holy cow, Stevie misses. And my stats comparison now is Buffalo's 22 for 49. So that's a roughly less than 50%. And Portland 28 for 64, which is considerably less than 50%. So that is no good. It's going to be rebound high at G2, 12 and 5. So Kenny Charles will pick that up. It's going to go back to Buffalo ball. And F1's going to get it. So Shoemate going in against Neal. We're going to roll on the Neal card of 77, and that's going to be a turnover and a steal. So Shoemate turns this over, and Lloyd Neal will pick up the steal. Lloyd Neal with the steal, if you will. The center is going to get it. It's going to be Steve Hawes going up against McMillan. So McMillan comes in to guard him. And off the defensive card of 31. And that is good. So Hawes will lay that up and in. And finally we have a score. It's been a while since we had a score. And so it's going to go back to Buffalo ball. And Vinny says shooting percentage was low back then. Yeah, I guess it was. So we got a B3. I do. So Randy Smith will bring it up against Larry Steele. And see what's going to happen here off the offensive card of 74. And Randy Smith misses. So Smith puts us up. That is no good. A lot of misses here, just back and forth misses. This is 75-76. This is before me, before my time with the NBA. High at G1, we're going to add 10. So we get a 12 and a 15. So Larry Steele is going to come down with it. And it's going to be Portland ball. So Larry Steele with the defensive rebound. And now we're at the 9-minute mark. So we're moving along here in the third quarter. G2. So Petrie against Charles. 82 off the Charles Carl. Miss. Petrie misses. Rebound. Offense F1. So Bob Gross will come down with the rebound. Ball staying with Portland. G2 is Petrie against Charles. Off the offensive card of 72. And he turns it over. So Petrie turns this over. And it's going to be a bad pass out of bounds. So Randy Smith will dribble it up. And Petrie will guard him. Off the Randy Smith card of 58. And he is fouled by Petrie. And that's going to be 4 fouls on Petrie, so he's going to have to come out. All right, so Petrie's going to have to come out. I'll go to my sub, and I need a guard. Oh, boy, these guys didn't play a lot. Oh, Lionel played a little bit, so we're going to go to Lionel here. So Lionel Hollins will come in. So Petrie will come out. And we're going to bring in Lionel Hollins. And here we go. All right, so that's our substitution. And I got to say, I was talking to Jucker today on the way home from hockey this morning. Oh, I played hockey today, by the way. I haven't played in 9 months since all the play-by-play started. And, yeah, my knees were a little bit sore. I was sucking some wind. And I got through most of the game. I was pretty happy at getting through most of the game, you know. Yeah, you can play a guy safe. But a game that's close to be tough. Yeah, because he gives up just a lot of points. So you'd have him in for the offense, and hopefully he didn't have to play defense. But I'm not doing that. All right, so here we go. So Bob McAdoo going up against Hawes. Off the McAdoo card of 27. Good. McAdoo finds the range, puts it in, and it's back to a 2-point game. And Hawes moving in against Shoemate. It's going to be off the Shoemate card. And a 64 is up, and it's a turnover. And is it a steal with a 9? No, it's just a turnover. So Hawes is going to turn this over. And it's going to go back to Buffalo. Chance to tie, folks. Buffalo has a chance to tie. It's going to be Ken Charles going up against Hawes. Steve Hawes trying to make the defensive play. Off the defensive card, a 54 is in and out. Charles has a chance to tie the game, but his shot bounces in and out. And so now we're at the 8-minute mark of the period. As you can see, our clock, kind of trying to keep the clock kind of in sync with the game. And defensive high at F2, G1 or G2. So we got 15, 12, and 32. 20. Gross. Gross will come down with the defensive rebound, and Portland will come back the other way. So that almost was a chance to tie. And it's going to be, do I have a B3? I don't have a B3. I have a F1, though. So it's going to be Lloyd Neal going against Shoemate off the offensive card, 69. Neal can't connect either. Holy cow. So Neal misses. These teams are terrible at shooting in this game. And the rebound is going to go to Hyatt F1 or F2. So we have 22 and 33. We have 37. The home's going to add 4. So it's still going to be Shoemate's going to come down with it with a defensive rebound, and it's going to go back to Buffalo. We got a G1, so it's going to be Randy Smith. A chance to tie it. Randy Smith going against Lionel Hollins off the defensive card of 15, and Randy Smith can't get that to go either. So they just don't want to tie this game. And the rebound, defensive center Steve Hawes will come down with the rebound. And it goes back to Portland ball as Andrew comes by. Thanks for coming by, Andrew. And yeah, Fenner says he's liking basketball. Yeah, this is fun. This is different for me. I'm not a 70s basketball guy, but I'm having some fun playing this. A lot of fun, if you will. And Vinny says, yeah, this is a fun game. It is. It's a fantastic game, actually. Alrighty, so Steve Hawes gets the rebound. And we're going to be going now with the center against the defender. So McAdoo on the defense. We're going to read off the McAdoo card of 56. Blocked it. Hawes puts this up, and McAdoo rejects him with the block. And on the rebound, Hyatt F2, we got a 16 and a 33. So Gross is going to steal that, and it's going to be Portland ball. I'm going to hang on here. So I got to get my clock to run. We're down to the 7-minute mark. So let me slide these cards out of the way and bring in my next stack of cards. There we go. Alrighty, so Gross gets the rebound. And he's going to send this over to Larry Steele, guarded by Shoemate this time. I like how they swap that. Sometimes it's going to be a certain guy, guarding in the whole bit. Oh, yeah. How'd that go? I heard it went really well, Andrew. Yep, I heard that he had a good time. He said he had a good time. So I'm kind of happy with that. And so we got G1 against F1, right? So it's going to be, I need to slide that over a little bit. My card's a little bit off here. I can come over just a little bit. My OCD is really kind of killing me now. Okay. And so we got, what do we know? Bob Gross. Okay, let me stop that. Let me stop the clock here. Bob Gross gets the rebound. Okay, now we get this. We get the matchup here. Off the defensive card. And an 85 is good. So Larry Steele puts this in. He's assisted by Hollins. So Larry Steele will finally get a basket. Hollins will pick up the assist. And it's back to it's actually a 4-point game again. So Buffalo ball. Going to be Ken Charles going up against Larry Steele. I'm going to read off the offensive card, 80. And he slides it over to McMillan for the basket. So McMillan will slide that in on a terrific pass by Charles. And it's back to a 2-point game. How about that? And so now it's going to be Hawes going up against this guy here. And we got the little question mark. That's what we got to do here. And see, I'll get back to the chat room in 1 second. I want us to resolve this one here. 69, no good. So Steve Hawes puts it up, and that's a miss. Let's check the rebound. And Hyatt G1 and G2, the home team gets a 3. So it's going to be 12 and 17 versus 11 and 7. If we add 3, 14. Yeah, so Larry Steele will come down with the offensive rebound. And now let's check the card here. Minor injury. I don't want to do the minor injury. I'm not going to play injuries in this one right here. So it remains Portland ball, if you will. And they will continue on here. And we got G1. So Larry Steele's going to hang on to it. All foul while shooting a 2-point basket plus foul. Oh, boy. So McAdoo's got to be careful here on the guard. And a 77 is no good. Can't get it to go. So Larry Steele misses. And on the rebound, defensive high at F1 and F2. So we have a 37 and a 16. So Shoemate will come down with that rebound. And it's going to go back to Buffalo ball. Now back in the chat room here. And Vinny's planning on a get-together at his house in July. Geez, I might be tempted to drive down there. I don't have anything going on in July. June and August I do. That might be fun. Take a ride down to the Vin's place. That's probably pretty far. Alrighty, so Buffalo ball. F2, so it's going to be McMillan's a D, so he's going to send this over to B1 or B3, so he's going to send it over to Randy Smith against Larry Steele. And a 7, and that's a turnover. Good defense by Steele, forcing Smith to turn that over. And Randy Smith will turn that over. It's going to go back over here. And it's going to be bad pass out of bounds. So the center, Steve Hawes and McAdoo go at it again. And a 14 off of McAdoo is foul while shooting. Oh, boy. So McAdoo picks up the foul. And Hawes on a 48. That does not go, so that misses. So he's going to take a couple of shots here. And the first one is 3. It's good. And the second one, 66. With a 4 is no good. So Steve Hawes will go to the line here, and he'll hit the first one and miss the second one. And on the rebound, defense F1, so Shoemate gets it, and it's going to be a fast break. Here it is. It's going to be a fast break, and it's going to be held up. So the fast break is held up. If I turn my camera here, it wouldn't look so awkward, would it? Let me try that. All right, so it's held up, Buffalo ball. It's going to be the center, McAdoo against Hawes. Off the McAdoo card, 83. Missed again. McAdoo misses. And on the rebound, it's home G1. So Larry Steele will come down with it. And Portland ball, 3-point game here. And gaming and ribeyes. It could be a fun time. Hope you guys have a good time with that. And it's going to be the high, which is going to be, who's the high? 18. Lloyd Neal is going to be the high against McMillan. Off the McMillan card, a 56. That's a turnover. And not a steal, though. So Lloyd Neal turns this over as he was called for palming the ball, which is that still a thing? I know traveling's not a thing anymore. So we got B1. We don't have a B1 or a G1. So Randy Smith with the ball. Trying to cut it to a 1-point game. Off the defensive card of 61. No good. Randy Smith misses. I need to find a different year to play with not so many misses, huh? And on the rebound, high at G1 or G2. So we have 12 and 9 and 15 and 12. We're just going to add 1. So I think Larry Steele will come down with that rebound. And so Steele with the defensive rebound, and we'll continue on, and now we'll reach the 6-minute mark. All right. And it's going to be Hawes going against McAdoo, and I should probably do some subbing here. I'll do subbing at the 5-minute mark. We'll get some bodies in here and try to mix it up, because I don't think I've done much subbing here in the quarter. So we got McAdoo and Hawes off the Hawes card, a 58. No good. So Hawes puts us up. He misses. And the rebound here is offense F1. So Lloyd Neal comes down with the offensive board. They will maintain possession. He's going to slide this over to himself. So he's just going to hang on to it and go against Shoemate off the Shoemate card of 83. And that's up, and that is good. Haas will get the assist on the Neal bucket, and we haven't had a point in quite some time. Very low-scoring game here in the 70s. Is this how 70s basketball was? Is this how it was? All right, so I don't have a B1, so I got a C, so it's going to be McAdoo and Steve Haas. And a 49 for McAdoo. McAdoo is going to make a nice pass over to this guy, Smith. And Smith will put that in with McAdoo getting the assist. So we've had a couple of baskets in a row. How about that, right? Didn't think we could do that. All right, so after this card, we're going to make our substitutions here. And so we get F1 with the ball. So Lloyd Neal going up against Randy Smith. And it's going to be off the defensive card. And a 36 is foul while shooting. So hang on a sec here. So change foul while shooting to turnover steal. Ooh, how about that? So foul while shooting turns over to turnover steal. Woohoo! That's a big, big change right there. Neal thought he was fouled, and instead Neal's going to turn it over, and Randy Smith is going to come out with a steal. And it's going to be Buffalo ball, and we're going to take a little timeout here at the 5-minute mark. And we're going to change some lines here. All right, so let me go to my roster here to see who's been doing what. So Charles has played 21 minutes, and he can do 28, so we'll keep an eye on him. Randy Smith can play 39 minutes, and he's got 25, so he's okay. McAdoo has played 31 minutes. He can do 43, so I'll leave him for a little bit. Shoemate, 25 out of 33. He might be due. And McMillan, 25 out of 36, so I might want to bring in a forward over here. Now, Don Adams, he's already played 12 of his minutes. Dick Gibbs has played nothing here, so I can probably bring in Gibbs, and I'll put him in here for Shoemate just to kind of spell him for a bit. So Dick Gibbs will come in for Shoemate, and we'll hold off on McAdoo. I might take him a little bit later. Alrighty, so we got Gibbs for Shoemate, so let me do that. So Shoemate will come out. And we'll bring in Gibbs. And now for the other team here. Again, I only do this once in a while, so you can see the different things here. How was Jack Marin that season? I don't know. Big Matt's going to drop 35. Yeah, he needs to drop that here. All right, so what do I have here? So Larry Steele can play 30, and Steele has played 20, so I might need to think about him. Lionel Hollins, 16 out of 26. Steve Haas. I think I'm going to bring in Walton here. So Haas has played 15 out of 21. So, yeah, so we're going to bring in Walton back in the game. I like Bill Walton. Neal has done 25 out of 34. And Gross is kind of filling in right now. 13 out of 20. So maybe that's it. Maybe I'll just go like that. I'll just do that. So I got on the subbing here. So Neal will come in. Haas and Walton will switch. So Walton is in and Haas is out. So does that look good? So I got Gross, Hollins, Neal, Steele, and Walton. And then I got Charles still in the game with Gibbs, McAdoo, Smith, and McMillan. Yep, okay. All right, so we got some substitution. We had a steal here, so it's going to be a Buffalo ball. So we'll continue on. And do I have a B1? I don't have a B1. I have a C, though. So it's going to be McAdoo coming in. McAdoo on Walton this time. off the Walton card of 54, and he's fouled while shooting. So Walton comes in and will take the foul, and a 60 from McAdoo does not go in, by the way. So McAdoo will shoot the 2. So McAdoo comes to the line, and the first one with an 11 is good, and the second one with 97 is no good. Oh, boy. So McAdoo's going to make 1 out of 2. Cut it to a 2-point game. And the rebound, defense F2, and a fast break. So Bob Gross, who's been really good on rebounds, by the way. So if you look at Gross, he's got 7 rebounds in this game. And it's going to be a fast break. And it's going to be over to Neal. Neal misses the shot. So Neal pulls up, lame, misses the shot. Oh, by the way, it's Portland ball. Let's check the rebound here. And high at F2. So 16 and 33. So Gross is going to come down with the offensive rebound. So, oh boy, what is it? Gross. Gross has been awesome on the rebounds. And so it's going to stay Portland ball, and it's going to be F1. So Neal's going to get it against Gibbs. Off the Gibbs card, 85. Good, and Neal will put that one in. And a little bit of breathing room here, as it's now a 4-point game. At least we have a game, right? At least we have a game. And it's going to be the center. So McAdoo against Walton again. All right. McAdoo and Walton. Off the Walton card of 86. And blocked. McAdoo puts it up, and it's swatted away by Bill Walton. And high at F1. 18 and 32, and Lloyd Neal's going to take this away, and it's going to be Portland ball. And we continue on. Oh, I think I screwed up here. Yep, I screwed up. Okay, we'll fix that. There we go. And so we're coming up on the 4-minute mark now. That's like 4 minutes. And so it's going to be the center. So we got Neal gets the rebound, so it's going to send it over to Walton. Walton and McAdoo. 77 is no good. Walton can't get that to go. On the rebound, high on defense in a fast break. So McAdoo will come down with the rebound. And we got a fast break going. McAdoo over to McMillan, and the F2 puts it up and in. So McAdoo sets up Jim McMillan on the fast break, and McAdoo will I always give the assist. I don't know if that's right or not, but I always give on the fast break, whoever has the rebound, I give them an assist. That's just kind of how I do it. Maybe that's going to screw around with my assists or not. I'm not sure. Andrew comes by. Hi, Andrew. This looks like a cool game. I just don't know much about basketball. You know something? I know nothing about basketball either, and this game, it makes it so easy to play. And I'm actually learning a little bit about basketball now. I'm learning about forwards and guards and substitutions and fouls. So this game, you don't need to know basketball at all. It just tells you what to do. Look at the card, and that's who gets the ball. And I've really been enjoying it. As you can tell, I've really been enjoying this game. Sideline reporter. So how's Marin been? I don't even know who Marin is. Is he even in the game? I don't know if I have Marin. I don't know what a Marin is. Is that like a Mariner? And, yeah, Vinny says this is a wonderful game. It is. It is. Gross was a key player for them for 2 seasons later. They won the championship. Well, he's doing pretty well today. Look at him. He's got all these rebounds. If you look at him, 8 rebounds so far. Okay. And so McAdoo gets an assist. And so it'll be Portland ball. And we'll continue on here. And so Bill Walton will go up against McAdoo. Off the McAdoo defensive card again. And Walton misses again. So tough defense here by McAdoo. And it's going to be offensive rebound. So this time Bob Gross comes down with it. Again, Gross, offensive rebound. Portland still with the ball. And do I have a B1? No. So he's going to swing this over to Hollins. Hollins going up against Charles. And a roll off the offensive card of 29 is good. So Lionel Hollins puts it in. And Steele will get the assist. So Hollins drops in too. Steele with the helper. And for Hollins, that's going to be that's his first 2 points of the game. So great job by Hollins to drop that in, and it's going to be Buffalo ball here. And it's going to be Randy Smith going up against Bill Walton. And off the Bill Walton card, I'm trying to keep my cards straight here, but it's really not working out too well, is it? An 81 is good, and Randy Smith finds the range. He will put that in, and that makes it a 2-point game again. So we got a good game here. I might have to start looking at my my optional rules at the end at some point there. Where are my rules? I'll have to find my rule book here. Hang on a sec. When I get to that later stage of the game, I don't know if anybody playing this game is using them, but they have some really cool optional rules here at the end. Coach strategies, as far as, like stall and pressure shooting, intentional foul, pressing. I tried to press one time, and I actually got it to work a little bit. Okay, so Randy Smith makes a 2-point shot, and it's good. And so now we got, as we approach the 3-minute mark here, so it's going to be F2. So it's going to be Gross with a little rare play here. And an 88 is, Gross is going to make that good. He's going to swing that over to Bill Walton, who puts that in. So Walton puts that in. Gross will get the assist. And just like that, it's back to a 4-point game. So Buffalo ball, G2. Ken Charles in charge, going up against Lloyd Neal off the offensive card of 88, and he's fouled by Neal while shooting, and the 53 will not go in. So he's fouled while shooting, and I'm not going to worry about 3-point shots in this one here, which is kind of neat. So I'm not going to worry about that. So Neal's going to pick up the foul. Now for Neal, what is that now? That's going to be 2 fouls for him. Oh, but I'm in the bonus now. So this is the one. I don't know if David sent me this or Vinny sent me this. So in 73-79, after the 5th foul, it's 3 to make 2. It's 3 to make 2, right? Because there's 6 fouls, so I think it's 3 to make 2. So Charles is going to come in, and he's going to try to 3 to make 2. Oh, wait, no, hang on. Oh, damn, was it McAdoo? I think it was Charles. It was Charles. 29 is good. The first one is good. And a 21 is good. So he's 2 for 2. So Charles will take the free throws, and he will make them both. And it's a 2-point game again. How about that? And David comes by. Hi, David. Walton has 2 points, 4 rebounds, and assists. Has been fouled. No, he's just not putting anything in. And he hasn't played a lot either. I haven't had Walton play a lot. He didn't start. So this Steve Hawes has been kind of the guy at center, and I've been alternating him and Walton. But I'm going to try to get Walton some more minutes here. And, once Joe's back up and running on sideline strategies, definitely picked up the physical copy of this game. What's it, like $40? It's really not that expensive, and it's just so good. It's so good. The fast action cards are top-notch. Everything's just top-notch about his games. Payoff pitch and this game here. This game, I'm not even a basketball guy, and this is fun. And I just spent like 3 or 4 days rounding all my corners of all my cards. Even these now are all rounded, All right, so we're going to go to choice. All right, we'll go to Walton. You guys want to see Walton? Yeah, we're going to get Walton here. And the Walton card of 44, and he missed it. Again, 15 to 52 is a miss, so Walton misses again. And on the rebound, defensive high at center and F1, so it's going to be McAdoo coming down with that, I would imagine. McAdoo gets the defensive rebound. And we got a fast break. So Buffalo ball on the fast break. And all right, so their fast break is going to be B. So McAdoo over to McMillan, and McMillan puts it in, and we have a tie game. McAdoo on the fast break to McMillan, and we are tied at 71-71. And that is pretty cool. So Portland ball now, so they fought back. They fought back. Just incidentally, Bill Walton is 2 for 10. 2 for 10 in this game, if you will. So F1, so Lloyd Neal going up against Gibbs. And I might take out Gibbs here in a little bit. He only can play 12 minutes, so it's going to be off the Neal card to 71. No good. Neal misses. Oh, boy. Neal misses. And it's high on offense. And 2 to 11. I rolled the 2. And it's going to be Gross with the offensive rebound, and Gross puts it in. So Gross with the offensive rebound, and Gross puts it in, and that'll put them back up by a pair. All righty. So 2 minutes to go. We're at the 2-minute mark. And it's going to be the high. So it's going to be McAdoo going up against F1. So against Neal. And off the defensive card is a 97. And Neal's going to block the McAdoo shot. McAdoo puts this up. Neal with the block. And on the rebound, defense F1. So it goes out of bounds, because if it says if the player that blocked it gets the rebound, it said it goes out of bounds. So it's going to remain Buffalo ball. So McAdoo's shot is blocked, but they'll get it back. So this time it's going to be McMillan, and McMillan is going up against Larry Steele. McMillan with a 77. No good. McMillan with a chance to tie the game. He's going to miss it. And that rebound is going to go to... McMillan's going to get his own rebound. So McMillan misses, but gets his own rebound. And he's going to swing this over to Charles, who's not an E. So Charles and Hollins go at it. Off to Hollins, card 44. And that's going to be a turnover. Charles turns this over. And that was out of bounds. And so now it's going to be Steele going up against McAdoo. Steele with a 21. Steele slides this over to Walton, and Walton lays it in. So Walton puts it home, and Larry Steele gets that assist, and now it's a 4-point game. And now we have a minute to go here in the quarter. And it's going to be Charles is a D, so he's going to pass it to Randy Smith. Randy Smith going up against Steele off the offensive card of 87, and Smith misses. There's a lot of misses in this game. I guess that's part of basketball. Rebound high at G2, so we got a 9 and a 12, so Hollins will come down with it. And it's going to be defensive rebound. It's going to be Portland ball. And now we're going to have a G1, so it's going to be Larry Steele going up against Randy Smith off the offensive card, a 31. And that's going to be good. He's going to slide this over to Lloyd Neal, and Neal lays that up and in, and Steele will get the assist. So now it's back to a 6-point game. F1, Gibbs, and he's not a D or an E, so Gibbs against Neal. And a 10, and he's fouled while shooting, and it goes in. So Dick Gibbs drops it in for 2, and he'll get a chance to make a 3-point play as he is fouled by Neal. And for Neal, that's 3. So we might need a substitute. And Phineas Stahl with North Carolina late in the game. I might look into that. All right, so let's go Gibbs with a foul shot. And a 14 is good. Gibbs puts that home. And we'll get the free throw, and he'll make it. And it's now a 3-point game. All right, here at the end of the quarter. So Portland ball. Lloyd Neal against Gibbs. And a 74 is no good. So Neal will miss this one like everyone else misses. Time running out. High at G2. but the defense gets a 4 added to it. So high at G2. So we have 12, and so Ken Charles will come down to the rebound. So defensive rebound, last card of the period. And it's going to be Charles with it against Lionel Hollins off the Charles card. Here we go. Can they drop it in, cut it to a 1-point game? No, Charles misses. And that'll do it in the period. So, that'll do it in the third. And there we go, 77 to 74. So we got a good one going over here. You like the Who reference? Yeah, every now and then I drop in some crazy stuff. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Oh, look how nice these cards shuffle with the corners gone, right? Except for that one. Yeah, Walton, 55 defensive rebound. Yeah, he's pretty good with that. Not going to lie. So I'm going to leave him in. I'll check my subs after I set up the thing here. All right. So what I like about this, that I have so many sets of these, so many of these cards, and I just kind of use them all. All righty. So let's get this going here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'll grab this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I got to add 9 for the pace. Alrighty, so now we're going to put the 6 on top of here. We'll come over here. And you're a deadhead, huh? All right, we're almost done setting up. And then the last one here we'll take from this stack. And we're going to do 16, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 9 for the pace. So that is insane. Alrighty, so put these at an angle so I don't use them. Yeah, look at the pace of this one here. So we got 4 and 5. So I got to add 9 cards to each quarter just to make the numbers work. All right, so we're going to start the fourth period here. Okay, so let's take a look at our numbers here. And see where we stand. So the Braves now, I could probably take McAdoo out just for a little bit here, like for the first couple of minutes. So McAdoo's done 37 minutes, so I don't want him to play the whole thing. So I'm going to bring in Schluter and give him a few minutes. And then who else do I want to do here? McMillan's got 31 minutes, so he needs to come out. Adams has already played his minutes. So Shoemate, again, I'm not going to get him exact, but I like to kind of, he's got 26 out of 33, so I could put him back in. And he's a good rebounder too. So we'll do those two for right now. Charles has played 20. Oh, he's only played 28, so I might have to put in Weiss. So Charles comes out. Weiss. Oh, he's already played his minutes. So, yeah. So someone's going to have to. So I'm going to put Weiss in just for a little bit here, and then just go back to the starters. That's all I can really do. because they're all going to play over their minutes, at least on the cards. And again, I'm not trying to overthink it, but it is what it is. All right, so now for Portland, I'm going to leave Walton in. Oh, who's got the fouls I need to take a look at here? Lloyd Neal has got some foul trouble here. So Neal will come out, and we'll put in Sidney Wicks. Right, let's take a look at the Portland here. So Sidney Wicks has played 24 of his 39, so Wicks will come in. And anybody else here? So Hollins and Steele. Hollins is getting close to his minutes. Anderson can play a little bit more, so we'll do this. Steve Jones, has he played it all yet? Oh, Steve Jones hasn't played it all, so we're going to get Steve Jones some minutes. Okay, and yeah, let's do that. Garherd did not play in this game. I have all the guys that I have here actually played in the game, so I'm kind of doing it as played, kind of, sort of. I should be looking at the minutes played with that, actually. If I go to Basketball Reference, that'll tell me how many minutes they played in the game. So that's what I should be looking at. But I'm kind of mixing and matching here the best I can. So, but he did not play in this game. And so I think Buffalo starts with the ball here in the fourth rather. So Buffalo will start with the ball. And again, I actually should, to do it correctly, I should look at the minutes they played in the game, because this is their average. And if they only had 9 guys, then they might do more. And Jim comes by. He likes the scoreboard and stat keeper. What's that? That is iScore, basketball iScore, if you will. And I'm using a screen share to get it up on the computer so you guys can follow along at home, if you will. And I think it looks pretty good. You get the points up there. I don't know how clear it is on my screen. It's kind of funky how it works, but you have an idea what's going on, I think. Hopefully it's okay. All right, so let's start off here. So we're going to start the fourth quarter. I'm just going to let a couple seconds run off because I got a lot of cards to flip in the first segment. So here we go. So Buffalo ball, and it's going to be Randy Smith. Randy Smith here as we start the fourth quarter. And he's going up against defensive C. He's going up against Walton. Off the Walton card of 83. And that's a basket. So Randy Smith starts off the fourth quarter with a bucket. And he cuts it to a 1-point game. And now we have Portland with the ball. I don't have any Bs or anything, so it's just going to be G2. So it's going to be Steve Jones against Bob Weiss. Offensive card 24, and he's going to slide this over to Sidney Wicks. And Sidney Wicks puts it in. Oh, I didn't do my subs. Did I? So Don Adams. So who's in here first for these guys here? So Charles is out. Gibbs is in. McAdoo's out. McMillan's actually out. So Dale's in. Who else is in? Weiss is in. I only have 4 selected. So Smith, Weiss, Schluter, Shoemate, and Gibbs. Who am I missing? Oh, Shoemate. Okay. And then over here, Lionel Hollins went out. Gross is still in. Sidney Wicks comes in. Steve Jones comes in. So is that what I have here? Gross, Jones. Oh, Neal come out too. Neal had a lot of fouls, so Neal comes out. And Sidney Wicks comes in. So I think that's right now. So I got Gross and Jones and Steele and Walton and Wicks. And then I have Gibbs and Shoemate and Schuler and Weiss and Randy Smith. Okay. So that we said that was a good basket, right, by Sidney Wicks. So Sidney Wicks puts this in, and Jones will get the helper. Okay. And we're back. We're back in action now. Okay, so Buffalo ball. F1, Shoemates. Off the defensive card of Sidney Wicks. And no good. Shoemate misses. Shoemate puts it up, and it's no good. And on the rebound, high at G2. So I got a 5 and a 13. Steve Jones comes up with that defensive rebound. Portland ball. And I have a center, Walton and Schluter. 21 off the Walton card is no good. Walton misses again. Oh, my gosh. Walton's got 6 points. He's probably taken 37 shots. And high at F2, so I got a 12 and a 33. Gross is Ben Gross on that rebounding. And it's going to be, the high is Sidney Wicks. Sidney Wicks off of the Sidney Wicks card. A 99 is good. Sidney Wicks pops that in, and now the lead has expanded a little bit more here. And F1, is he an E? No. So Shoemate's going to get it and go up against Wicks. Off the Shoemate card to 24. He's fouled while shooting, and it does not go in. Okay. So Wicks will pick up a foul here. And Shoemate's going to shoot 2. And what I really like about this app is it really it resets the fouls and everything, and it sets the time. So you really can kind of customize it here and have a good time with it. I really like that. All right, so Shoemate's going to shoot 2. First one to 13 is good, and the second one to 37 is good. So Shoemate's going to nail a couple of free throws here. And so it makes it a 3-point game again. And now it's going to be back over to Portland ball. I got a G1 over here. A D or an E passes the B1 or B2. Now, this is the one. Now, we talked about this. We talked about this on Facebook, right, with Joe and ST. So a G1 has it. So a D or an E passes to B1 or B2. He's a D. So he's going to make the pass to B1 or B2, but I don't have a B1 or B2, so it's going to go to the high. So he's going to send it over to Wicks. That's how I'm going to interpret that. Okay, so he's going to go to Wicks. And Walton and Wicks won 2 NCAA titles together. I bet they did. They were pretty good. All right, so Wicks is going to get it off the defender card of 67, and that's a turnover and a steal. So Wicks with a turnover, and Shoemate with a steal. And it's not going to be a fast break. All right, not going to be a fast break. Nope. So it's just going to be Buffalo ball. And it's going to be now Weiss going up against Gross. Off the offensive card. Can he put it in? 28. And he's fouled, and it does not go in. So Gross picks up the foul now. And Gross has 2 fouls now. And I like how this thing shows you all the fouls. Like, you can even see it up there on the screen. So hopefully you can see that there. Hopefully that's clear. I had trouble with the scoreboard tonight, so it's not as clear as it could be. We need the roll. So Weiss puts it up, and good. And Weiss puts it up again, and no, he misses the second one. So Bob Weiss will hit the first one and miss the second one. And the rebound is high at G1 and G2, and the home's going to add 2. So a high at G1 and G2, so we have 12, 13, so Steele's going to come down with it. Takes my steal. Defensive rebound. All right. Portland ball. Here come the Trailblazers. I don't have a B2, so it's going to be Steele's going to hang on to the ball, going up against Randy Smith. And a 39. He turns it over. That's going to be a turnover by Steele as he steps out of bounds. So Randy Smith will take over here, and he's going to bring it up now for Buffalo. Going up against Steele off his own card of 22, and he turns it over. Holy cow. So Randy Smith, he turns it over. Portland ball here as he double dribbled, so it's going to be F2. So it's going to be Gross bringing it up now, going up against Dick Gibbs off the offensive card of 57. Gross misses. That's a gross miss. He misses. On the rebound, high on the home team. So Offensive rebound, 28 is going to be Cindy. No, Gross gets his own rebound. So Gross with the offensive rebound, and we played a minute here. And that's a long minute because we have all those extra cards. So that's why that first minute takes forever. High 2, so it's going to be Walton with it now. Going up against Shoemate off the defensive card. A 1 is blocked. Shoemate blocks as Walton puts it up. Shoemate's going to block this one, and it's going to go out of bounds. So it's going to remain Portland ball. F2, Gross. He's not an E, so he's going to hang on to it. So Gross and Gibbs off the offensive card of 0-0. And Gross puts that up and in as, no, it's not assisted by anybody. So Gross just kind of fiddle and diddle and puts it up and in. And so now Buffalo ball here, trailing now by 4. The high is going to be Randy Smith going up against Bob Gross. Smith of 48, and Smith slides this over to Weiss, who puts it up, and Weiss will score. So Randy Smith will get the assist on this one, and it's a 2-point game. We got a good game going here, folks. We really do. All right, so the center is Walton going up against Schluter. And it's going to be off the defensive card here. A 55 is a foul. So Schluter's going to pick up a foul. And it's going to remain here. So we got 10 minutes to go. That clock is right on. And so it's going to be F2 with it now. So it's going to be Gross going up against Weiss off the defensive card of 83. Good. Gross puts it up and in. And Wicks will pick up the assist. So Gross drops that in. Wicks on the assist. And Buffalo ball here. And for Gross, that's 8 points for him. Sidney Wicks with 24 points. Probably leading everybody in this game, I would imagine. All right, so Buffalo ball. It's going to be a B2 or a center. I don't have a B2, so it's going to be Schluter going up against Walton off the defensive card of 84. Blocked again. Schluter puts it up, and he misses, and Walton on the block. And on the rebound, defense F1, Sidney Wicks on the defensive rebound, and we got a fast break, and it's going to be held up. So it'll be Portland ball. Walton's going to get it. He's not an E. Walton and Schluter. And a 50 is no good. So Walton misses again. Walton's been terrible in this game. And the rebound, high in the game. So now we're going to do some math here. And the offense gets 3 added to it. So the high in the game is 35 here. And he's going to beat out everybody. So Sidney Wicks, I think, will come down with that rebound. So it's going to be offensive rebound. It's going to stay with Portland here. And it's going to be the high. So it's going to be Wicks hanging on to it against Shoemate. And a 33 off the defender card is no good. Wicks misses. And the rebound, let's look at the 9-minute mark here. This game moves along pretty quick, I think. Again, it's a long play game, but it moves. So defensive high at C, F1. So 36 or 37. So Shoemate is going to come down with a rebound. All right. So Shoemate with the defensive rebound. And now they have a chance to cut it to 2. It's going to be Randy Smith going up against Gross. Off the defensive card, 16. That's going to be a turnover and a steal. So Randy Smith turns this over. Gross will get the steal. Portland ball. Here they come the other way. B2 or F2. So it's going to be Gross against Gibbs. Off the Gibbs card. 35. No good. Gross misses. I can't wait to see the stats at the end of this one. Defense F1. So Shoemate gets it on the rebound. And it's going to be a fast break. Fast times. Fast times. Here they come on the fast break. And Schluter puts it up, and it's no good. So Dale Schluter gets the fast break, and he misses it. And on this rebound, offensive center, so Schluter gets his own rebound. How about that? So that ball will stay with Buffalo. And it's going to be the center going up against Steve Jones. And he gives 5 inches away to Jones. All right, so let's see what happens here on the offensive card. Schluter, 83, and he's fouled by Jones. So Steve Jones will pick up a foul here. That's 3 fouls now in the quarter, and that'll remain Buffalo ball. Do I have a B3? I do. Randy Smith's a B3 against Taste My Steel. That's Manowar, by the way. And Randy Smith off the defensive card of 38, and he's fouled while shooting. All righty, so Smith puts it up, and the 0-0 goes in. He gets it to go. So Randy Smith puts that in. He will get 2. He will get fouled by Steele. And that'll be a chance to cut it to a 1-point game. How awesome would that be? As we're at the 8-minute mark now. All righty, Randy Smith comes in the line. Big free throw here. 89 is with a 5. It's no good. Smith misses. Randy Smith misses the field goal. Let me hitting the wrong buttons here. Let me undo that. And Randy Smith misses the free throw. On the rebound, high at F1. Shoemate and Wicks. Shoemate comes down with the offensive rebound. Buffalo maintains the ball. They can tie the game. So Shoemate comes down with the offensive rebound after the free throw. And Buffalo with it now. It's going to be Randy Smith against Walton. Off the Walton card, 16. Smith misses a chance to tie the game. On the rebound, defense G2, Steve Jones will pick it up. So Jones will come down with the rebound. And I got to start making some changes here at the next whistle. Actually, I could probably do it now. So, and we're going to just take a quick time here. We're going to make some changes here. So let's get back and put some bodies back in. So the Braves here. I think we can get McAdoo back in the game. So Schluter has done his job, as he's done 5 minutes out of the 11. That's fine. So McAdoo can go back in. So Bob McAdoo has got 37 minutes, and yeah, he's got what, 8 more to go. So he'll be fine with his minutes. McMillan can play 36. He's got 35 out of that. Dick Gibbs has played 10 out of his 12, so McMillan will come back. And, yeah, we're going to put him there. And Charles probably wants to get back in this game, right? Probably want to get Charles back in the game. So we need to get Weiss out. So Weiss has done his job, and Charles will go back in. And he will be here. Is that where he goes? Yeah, I think it's high assist and high rebound. All righty, so McAdoo, McMillan will come back in. And now for over here, I guess we can leave Walton in, right? We'll leave Walton in. What do you think? Gross played 23. Well, he's got 20. So Petrie needs to come back in. So Larry Steele and Steve Jones will come out. So we're going to put Petrie back in. O'Neal needs to come back in as well. He plays a lot of minutes. So Gross will come out. Now, Gross played really well here, but he's over his minutes. So Neal will come back in. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to probably ride this out the rest of the way, unless somebody gets into foul trouble. So I think that's what we're going to do. So let's do our subs here. So Schluter comes out, and Shoemate stays in. So McAdoo comes in. Gibbs comes out. Charles goes in. Yep. And so I got Charles, McAdoo, Shoemate, Washington, and Weiss comes out too, and Smith goes back in. Right, so Shoemate, McMillan, Jim. Okay, and over here, Walton stays in, Wicks stays in, Petrie comes in, Neal comes in. Jones will come out. Gross comes out. And do I have Steele? Yep. So let me just double check here. Neal, Petrie, Steele, Walton, and Wicks. Charles, McAdoo, McMillan, Shoemate, and Smith. Okay, I think I'm going to ride this out the rest of the way. The last 7 minutes is what I'm going to do. Unless somebody gets a foul, you know. Definitely leave Walton in. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to play Walton, so that's kind of why I'm going to leave him in. All right, so I'm going to play this. And I'm tempted tonight after I finish this up here. I'm going to make something to eat. I might do a late night chat tonight. I haven't done a chat in a while. I'm thinking about a late night chat. So if anybody's around late night, just wants to hang around and have some fun, we might do that. Unless somebody else is on. If somebody else is on, then I won't. But all right, so Steve Jones gets the rebound, and they'll just call a timeout or whatever. So it's going to be a Portland ball. So 85-83, here we go. F1 with it, so it's going to be Neal going up against Shoemate. Can you tell I like this game? Can you tell I like this game? And I know it's you know, I don't get the ratings I get with baseball and stuff like that, but I have to play this game. It's so fun. I can't wait to do my little tournament with the cab. Vinny, I'll never get tired of you. I met so many great people at D2D Con. That was half the fun, is just meeting the people there. It really was. All right, so off the offensive thing is Lloyd Neal, and he is fouled by Shoemate. So Shoemate's going to pick up a foul here, and that'll remain with Portland. So it's going to be an F2 this time. So Wicks against Shoemate. Off the defensive card of 95. It's good. So Wicks drops that in, and that's going to give them a little bit more breathing room. And now we have F1. So Shoemate against Walton. There we go, Shoemate. You know, the other thing is I don't know anything about basketball, so I don't know who to leave in and who not. I'm just kind of going by minutes and having some fun. I don't know anybody aside from McAdoo and Walton, really. So as far as I'm concerned, it's all fictional to me, and I can't screw it up, you know. Brian, thanks for coming by. You've been watching this. This is fun. This basketball game is fun. It really is. And I wouldn't have spent, 3 or 4 days rounding corners on a game I wasn't going to play. So I'm going to play this here. Again, I might do a late night chat tonight and see how it goes. And see how the day goes. I got to check in on the wife, see how she's doing. So we have F1 against the center. Off the F1 card of 61. It's good. Shoemate puts that up and puts it in. And it's back to a 2-point game. And here they come now. So D passes to B1 or B3. There's no B1 or B3. Remember, we already went through this. He's definitely a D, so he's going to pass to the high, which is going to be Wicks. So Wicks gets it against McMillan. So here we go. Coming up on 7 minutes to play. Here it's nail-biting time. Nail-biting time. The corners do look nice, right? They do. All right, 7 minutes to play. Wicks, offensive card. Order 66. No, the order says he misses it. Big rebound here. Big rebound. And it's going to be taken by Wicks. He gets his own rebound. So Wicks misses but gets it back, and they're going to reset. Oh, boy. This is not what they wanted here in a 2-point game. And it's going to be a G2. So Petrie with it now. A D or E. He's not a D or an E. It took me a handful of games to really get the flow of this and, figure out what the D's and the E's and all that stuff. But I think I got it going pretty well. Anytime I have a question, I put it up on Facebook, and I get the answer pretty much instantly. So I've been able to the few questions that the things that I couldn't figure out, like, what does this mean? They've been answered, and I'm kind of liking it. So Petrie now, off his own card. Petrie, 83, good. And the assists will go to Larry Steele. So Petrie drops this in, and Larry tastes my steel. Will pick up the assist. All righty. Back to Buffalo ball now. They trail by 4. C. McAdoo against Walton. Off the McAdoo card. McAdoo Slips the beauty of a pass, a Larry Bird pass over to McMillan, and McMillan will put that in. McAdoo with the assist. Let's check the craziness. No event. Continue on as normal. That works for me. We will continue on as normal. All righty, so now it's a 2-point game. A nice pass by McAdoo to McMillan. G2, so Geoff Petrie, who's got 18 points in this one. Second highest scorer next to Sidney Wicks. And let's get that ticking down a little bit. Petrie off his own card, an 82, and that is good. Petrie lands that, and the assist on this one will go to Walton. So Petrie adds it, and Walton gets the assist, and that's going to open things up a little bit. And the ball's going to go back to Buffalo here, now down by 4. And we're at the 6-minute mark. Choice. Well, you got to go. Who do I want to give for the choice? Who's got the high scorer here? I'm going to go. I've got a gut feeling. I'm going to McMillan. That's what I'm going to do. So McMillan off his own card. 90. Missed. No, that wasn't a good call. He misses. And the rebound, high at F1, 28 and 32. So Lloyd Neal will come down with it on the defensive rebound. And it's going to be now Portland ball here. And it's not time to stall yet. Maybe later on I'll flip an extra card, Take care, Andrew. Thanks for coming by. Glad you had a fun day. And Vinny can't wait to get his cards rounded. Yeah, right? G2, so it's going to be Petrie going up against McMillan. And off the defensive card of 18. Good. Petrie gets the assist from Neal, and Petrie drops in another one. And now the lead opens up a little bit more. Buffalo ball, F1. A D passes to high, so it's going to get over to McAdoo. McAdoo against Walton off the McAdoo card. A 26, and that's good. So McAdoo finally puts one in. And finally, he's got 25, but he's taken like 37 shots. And McAdoo puts it in. And it's going to be Portland ball here, 93-89. F2 with it now. Sidney Wicks going up against Ken Charles. Wicks in 84, and Wicks puts that in. He'll get some help from Neal again. So Sidney Wicks puts it in. Neal with the assist. And now Buffalo's in some trouble. High 2. So it's going to be Randy Smith going up against Sidney Wicks. Off the defensive card of 54. And that's good. So Randy Smith keeps it close here. He'll pop one in. And it's a 4-point game again. And it's going to be a G2, so Petrie with it. Going up against Charles. Petrie fouls, so Charles will commit the foul. And that's 3 fouls here in a quarter, and it's going to remain Portland ball. 5:15 to go. Whew, we got a good one here. Frank comes by, he goes, he loves the Buffalo Braves. I played a game with Buffalo versus New Orleans in Status Pro. McAdoo had 53. Maravich 61, and the Jazz won. Wow, 133 to 124. Yeah, we're not going to get anywhere close to that. just to give you an idea, McAdoo is 10 for 26, shooting 385. Just to give you an idea. But we're having fun. That's what matters. Alrighty, so Charles on a defensive foul, so it's going to be a G1. Is he a D? Yeah, he's going to pass the B1 or B2. Since I don't have any of those, he's going to go to the high, and he's going to get it to Petrie. So Petrie against the defender again, so here we go. Off the offensive card of 58, and no good. So Petrie's going to miss the shot. And the rebound is going to go to out of bounds, and it's going to go to the home team. Okay. So Petrie's going to get it again against Charles. So we're going to line up one more time. This time off the defensive card. 0-1. Blocked. He rejected him. So Petrie puts this up. We're going to give him a miss as Charles picks up the block. But the rebound's going to be scooped up by Sidney Wicks, an offensive rebound. So Wicks with 8 rebounds of his own. Gross was my best guy with 12 rebounds. I'm kind of missing him. Oh, you can scroll up and see everybody. That's kind of nice. I didn't know you could do that. So, yeah, I can scroll up and show everybody what their points are. Huh, I didn't realize that. All righty, so Sidney Wicks gets the rebound. And F2 is going to get it, so Wicks will hang on to it. He's going to go up against Randy Smith off the offensive card of a 20. Turnover. Wicks with the turnover. Buffalo ball on a 3-second violation. So Shoemate gets it. Going in against Walton. Shoemate, a 90 off the offensive card. No good. Shoemate misses the shot. And the rebound. High on defense. 15-9, 55. You think 55 is going to win that? Yeah, I think so. All righty, 5 minutes to go. Time ticking away here in Portland. Portland with the ball. And F1 is going to be Lloyd Neal against Shoemate. Off the offensive card of 94, Lloyd Neal misses the shot. All right, Lloyd Neal misses the shot. And the rebound high on defense, so a 36 or 37 is going to be Shoemate. So Shoemate will come down with the defensive rebound. All righty, so now it's Buffalo ball. It's going to be McAdoo against Walton. Off to the Walton card. Let's roll the dice here. 95. And Walton rejects it. Bill Walton with another block. And on the rebound, high at F1. And we're going to add 5 to the defense. So they got a 38 and a 28. So Lloyd Neal will get the rebound. Portland ball. Time ticking away here. F2. Sidney Wicks against McMillan. Off the offensive card. 85. Good. Wicks puts that in. And he'll get an assist by Larry Steele. So Larry Steele gets an assist. And, oh, boy, that's a 6-point game now. G1. So it's going to be Randy Smith against Steele. And 4 minutes to play. So I got that clock moving pretty well. Right? Got the clock moving pretty well. And a 29. And he turns it over. Randy Smith will turn this over. And it was a traveling call. So the high. So Geoff Petrie again is the high. Going up against McAdoo. Off the defensive card of 68. And that's no good. Petrie can't get this to go. And on the rebound, it's going to be high at center. Defense at 6, so I got a 42 and a 27. So it's going to be McAdoo coming up with the rebound. And now it's going to be Buffalo ball. Trailing by 6, folks, with 3:26 to play. So we have a B1. I don't have a B1 or an F2. Yeah, I do have an F2. So McMillan and Wicks. Off the offensive card, 92, no good. McMillan misses. And the rebound, high on defense, greater than 34. Well, I got a 55 for Bill Walton, right? He's going to get that every time. And the miss, now they can extend the lead to 8. Here it is, Sidney Wicks against McMillan. Off the defensive card, 61, and he's fouled. So McMillan commits a foul. And so now that's going to be what? 4 fouls. And for McMillan, that's 3. So nobody's really in foul trouble right now. Just kind of give you an idea what's happened for points. Bob Weiss had 7 points. He did a pretty good job when he was filling in. And over here on the other side, Steve Hawes had 7 filling in. So that's kind of what you got here. Yeah, back when they used to call traveling, right? Oh, man, it looks like my scoreboard looks blurry here. I had it looking pretty good last night. Tonight, I could barely get it to come up, and I don't know why. So, again, I've been at this a little while here, an hour and a half for half a play, but the game moves, and I have fun with it, and I'm really not in any rush. You know, I'm just kind of playing and trying to enjoy it. Trying to enjoy the score tonight, because I'm always forgetting to look at the score because I'm too busy worried about the game. All right, so Portland ball here. It's going to be high. So it's going to be Petrie is the high, right? And he goes against Charles. So here we go. Petrie and Charles off the defensive card of 63. And no good. Petrie's shot is no good. And so that's going to be 3 minutes to go in the game. Time ticking away here. F2. So McMillan, he's a D. He's going to pass to B2 or B1. I'm going to B2. So McAdoo against Walton. Off the Walton card, 47. And that's going to be a turnover and a steal. McAdoo turns it over. And a steal by Walton. Buffalo ball. G2. Petrie against McAdoo. 53. And he missed it. So Petrie had a chance to really put some distance here. And on the rebound, loose ball foul on Charles. So Charles will pick up a foul here. And that's 5. So one more, and they go in the penalty here. The only thing I don't understand here, and if maybe you guys can help me out here, is a backcourt foul. So it says after the 5th team defensive foul, 3 to make 2, 2 to make 1 on all shooting fouls. 3 to make 2 on a backcourt foul. And 2 free throws on non-shooting defensive fouls. What's a backcourt foul? That's what I'm not understanding. Again, that's my lack of basketball. So that's what I got to figure out. All right, so Charles commits a defensive foul. Portland remains in possession of the ball. And F2 has it. So Sidney Wicks, he's not a D. So Sidney Wicks against McMillan. Here we go. Off the defender card of 93. Wicks, no, misses the shot. And now we have a rebound. Offensive center, and he will lay that up and in. Walton will get the rebound, and Walton will drop that in. And that's a huge play right there. G2, Charles gets it now. So they're going to have to start pressing now, I would think, right? So G2 against the center off the offensive card of 95, and he is fouled by Walton. So Walton picks up a foul. And so now each team has 5. Okay, so when they haven't crossed the court and get fouled, you say, I don't know when that would be, though. That's the thing. All right, so we continue on now. G2, so Charles against the defender here. Off the Charles card, 51, and he turns it over. Charles will turn it over as we hit the 2-minute mark, but we have to check the defender here. And it was stepped out of bounds. So it's going to go to F1 here, but let's check the craziness. Away team turns the ball over on the next 2 possessions. Ooh, that might just end it. 8 points, and then the next 2 possessions, they lose it. Yep, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough to overcome. All right, off the defensive card, 88, and that shot is no good, so Neal misses. And the rebound, defensive high, 36, or this guy, so Shoemake gets it, right? So Shoemake gets it, and F2, McMillan turns it over, right? That's a turnover because we've already said that the next 2 possessions. So G2, so Petrie gets it against G1 off the offensive card of 32, and that's no good. So Petrie's shot misses. The rebound, high on defense, and a fast break and a turnover. So Shoemake gets the rebound, but on the fast break, G2, Charles turns it over. And I think that's, so now we're down to a minute to play. So that's 2, right? That's two cards and 2 turnovers. So it's going to go back to Portland, leading by 8. And so it's going to be Petrie against Charles. And a 57 is good. Petrie puts that in, and that'll pretty much end this one here. Any chance they have of getting back in it, it's going to be tough. So I have a B2. So McAdoo with the ball against Walton. McAdoo at 33, and he puts that up, and McAdoo hits. Finally, he hits that. So we're going to have to press. All right, so we're going to press. All right, so on the press, I look at the action deck, and if there's a press on the left edge of the card, ignore the determination. Draw an action card from the unused pile and look at the press listed at the bottom of the card. All right, so we're going to press. All right, so it says W press. So my press is a Y. So I take it that we do not press. All right, so because the press says W and my press is a Y, so I'm going to say that we're not pressing. Is that fair enough? As John comes by. Hi, John. Hi, John. Thanks for stopping by. I know I need to get back to the app of football. Yeah, I really do. And so, again, we're in the final minute of play here, as it says. So it's going to be high against defense F1. So it's going to be Petrie. And we'll let the clock tick down a little bit here. Off the defensive card of 21. And foul while shooting. And an 8 goes in. So Petrie hits it. So Petrie puts this in. Shoemate with the foul. And Petrie's going to shoot 3 to make 2. 2 to make 1. And the first one is 37, and he hits it. So Petrie will hit the free throw. And it's 104 to 93 now. And so now here they come. So they now there's something also about having to shoot. When using pressure shooting, do not draw from the action deck. Determine the offense and defensive players from an unused card. Resolve the play as normal, except check the offensive shooting range whenever the let me see it. Resolve the play as normal, except re-roll the percentage dice and check the offensive player's shooting section whenever the original dice roll is assist. So on the assist, offensive shooting section. Whenever the original is an assist, so it's not an automatic basket, so I check his shooting section. Oh, so that means he got the basket. So I would check for a three-point shot. I think that's what that means. Okay. The scoreboard is an iPad app. That's what it is. It's an iPad app that I'm mirroring to my screen, and I'm grabbing it, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. All right, so we're gonna do that. So we're gonna go with the pressure shooting. So we're not gonna draw from the action deck. We're gonna grab an unused card here. Okay, so it's gonna be F1. So it's gonna be Shoemate and Neil. So now what else happens here? Resolve the play as normal. Okay. So it's going to be off the offensive card of 70. Okay. So on assist, this is perfect. So on the assist, check the shooting section. So basically, I would be checking for 3 points. So he's going to hit the shot. So Shoemate puts it up and hits the shot. Okay. And now we're still going to press. We're still going to press. And so there's no press here. So it's going to be F2 and McAdoo, right? F2 and McAdoo off the offensive card of 86. And Wicks puts that up and in, and he'll get assist from Petrie. So Wicks drops that in. Petrie gets the assist. And Buffalo ball here, and time is running out. All right, so we're going to use the press. So it's going to be F2 McMillan against F1, and we're going to read this off the defensive card of 62. And he's fouled while shooting. And it does not go in. So Neil will pick up the foul. And so he's got 3 to make 2. First one, good. Second one, good. Third, I get 2. It doesn't matter. All right, so McMillan will take the free throw. And he'll make 2. And so now they're going to press here again, right? So they're going to press. And press. Yeah, they're going to get the press. So now I flip over an action card that's not being used, right? On the press. and read the bottom of the press. Defensive foul G1. So Randy Smith will get a defensive foul. And so now we're going to press again. And this is the last card of the game, and that's kind of going to do it here. So we're going to do, so the press is another foul on Smith, and that'll do it in the game. All righty, so that ends things here. So the Braves made it close, but in the end, I still have to roll for the shooter. If it's an assist rating, we roll the shooter card. No, I think what it said is that if you get because you're shooting, you're in the shooting mode. If you get the assist, then you shoot it. I think that's how I read that. So that is the final. I thought it was automatic. I thought by reading that on the pressure shooting, except if I get the original dice as an assist, I just check the shooting section. So I take it because I'm pressure shooting. I'm not assisting. I'm just kind of shooting. So I'm thinking there's no assist. That's just kind of how I'm reading it. So I'm thinking that if you get an assist, it's an automatic basket, right? Because it's a dazzler. So on the shooting one, I think the guy's got the ball. He's just going to shoot it and put it in. So anyway, that's our final score, 106-97. It was Portland of 75 beating the Buffalo Braves. We had the Braves on the channel. How about that? Braves on the channel. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. I'm going to put everything away. Oh, by the way, I did finish 95-96 today. So all my cards are done until the new sets come in. And then, I don't know, I need to take a break from that. I might come back in a bit. I'm going to grab something to eat. If no one's on later on tonight, maybe I'll do a little bit of live chat. We can kind of hang out and chat a little bit more without me having to worry about playing a game. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and maybe we'll see you in a little while. If not, hopefully we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for coming by. Scott, good to see you. And that is that. So I'm Dave from Studio B, and maybe we'll catch you a little bit later. But again, that's more Bankshot Basketball. I'm enjoying the heck out of this game. And that's about it. So we'll talk to you all later.